Smoke on the horizon in Gaza. There was no silencing of the guns as the first day of the Muslim holy month of Ramadan arrived. In Rafah, an airstrike hit this house and its residents just before the dawn prayer, says Abdul Latif Barakat, pointing to belongings hanging in the trees. In one of the city's crowded tent camps, ribbons were hung to greet Ramadan, but the holy fasting month throws the hunger spreading across Gaza into sharp relief. In the past, I would prepare the table to eat at sunset, says Halil Abu Zieda, but today there's no food. The UN Secretary-General urged warring parties to respect the spirit of Ramadan and embrace peace.
For months, leaders have appealed for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire and the immediate release of all hostages. But the most compelling calls have come from the families of the victims of this war.
On both sides, he says. But many of the Israeli hostages' families say the UN isn't doing enough to pressure Hamas or to condemn the militant group's use of sexual violence on October 7th. Yarden Gonen was part of a delegation flying to New York on Monday to lobby the UN Security Council. Her sister Romi is still thought to be held in Gaza. A rally in Tel Aviv over the weekend highlighted her case and 18 other female captives. A UN report released last week said there was convincing information that some of the hostages were subjected to rape and sexualized torture that may be ongoing.
You can't really breathe properly after that.
The breakdown of ceasefire talks between Israel and Hamas has been devastating.
None of us knows what is written in the negotiations offers. I think that my sister doesn't have a price. She's not something that I can put a tag on and say, this is what you're worth. No, she doesn't have a price.
With negotiations stalled, Israel's prime minister continues to insist that he will push ahead with a military offensive in Rafah. Margaret Evans, CBC News, Tel Aviv.